Hello. Thank you so much for coming to the Monday AMA. I do these every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to wait a second, let some people join in. I usually just jump right into it, but I've been watching some other streamers lately, and they give people a couple minutes to join in, and then they start, and I think that makes the most sense. But hello, Alex. What's up, Point Relative? Jonathan, CH, LB Crypto. Good afternoon. What's up, Chris? I appreciate you guys all being here today. So what is a Monday AMA for people that are just tuning in? This may be your first time tuning in. I do these AMAs every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's an Ask Me Anything. It usually focuses on Cardano, specifically cryptocurrency. That's what I know the most about, relative to other people. So that's the questions that I get asked the most. So if you guys do have questions and you're not watching this live, just tune into the next Monday AMA at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday. You can write down the questions that you have about Cardano, about cryptocurrency, the questions you have throughout the week, and I can help you out on Mondays. And I think it really would be a bit beneficial for someone who's like on a learning journey and they have like a few questions they want to ask. If they come to this Monday AMA, I can answer usually everyone's questions. So hopefully that'll help you along your learning journey. But what's up, Mad Professor? Matthew? They're right. He says hit the like button. What's up, Peter? I appreciate you coming by, man. But if you guys are tuning in, I would really appreciate it if you did click that like button. Viewership's down in Cardano. All the Moon Boys have left. So by clicking the like button, hopefully we can get some engaged viewers back. I don't want the Moon Boys back, but hopefully we can push this out to the wider cryptocurrency community. We do have some content today. The content is going to be some Goguen stuff. We're going to be taking a look at the ERC20 converter. We're going to be taking a look at Cardano 360, the rollout of Goguen. I'm most excited for the ERC20 converter. If you've noticed, the last, I think 3 or 4 of my video titles have been about the ERC20 converter. I am excited. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am. I am right now, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the ERC20 converter because I'm going to be making a video for you guys. And that video is going to be me taking my AGIX, my AGIX, right? The new AGI from SingularityNet, and I'm going to be using the ERC20 converter on Ethereum to convert my AGI or my AGIX to AGIX on top of the Cardano blockchain. To me, that is going to be the biggest video that I have made since how to stake your ADA on Cardano. That was a pretty big video, but there's something so important about me taking a coin on Ethereum and moving it over to Cardano using the ERC20 converter. I mean, that's just, they said it would never happen. That's how I feel about that. I mean, it's just truly amazing. It's truly amazing. Like, I cannot wait to do that for you guys. Next month is actually the test net for the ERC20 converter. So what I'm going to be doing is during an AMA, during a live stream, I'm going to be setting up the testnet node for the ERC20 converter, and we're going to be doing this live on the testnet for you guys during an AMA. So make sure you tune in for that. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and then all, so you don't miss it. That makes it pop up. My videos pop up with notifications. Also, clicking that like button really does help. I would appreciate it if you did that. What's up, Snowman, Leroy, Kevin? For the love of noise, so many familiar faces. I'll read a couple of these before we go into the content for today, because we need more people to join in. We got 87 people here. We'll probably get up to about 150, 200 today. Man, I'm not liking the new updated YouTube app. It sucks. I'll probably cancel my YouTube Premium because of it. Other than that, I'm excited and in a good mood. I haven't noticed anything that I disliked about the new YouTube. The new YouTube. Like my shirt. It's my favorite jacket. This is actually Lichen. It's a fun guy. I thought it fit me pretty well. Big hug from Portugal. Thanks, man. So let's go into the content for today. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Switch to... Okay, so the Cardano 360. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So I wanted to look at the Alonzo rollout plan first. That was the most important content. But we have to pull it up on mine. Okay, cool. So we got 35, 55. I was wrong. It's 51. There it is. The Alonzo rollout plan. And this is what we're most excited for. smart contracts on top of the Cardano blockchain, of course. Okay, so we'll start with this one first. So the Alonzo rollout plan, we have 3 different colors, and it's color coded. So we have Alonzo blue, Alonzo white, and Alonzo purple. And then we also have Alonzo red and Alonzo black, but those are tiny and less out there. And that's, so Alonzo red and Alonzo black actually start, halfway through August to September. And remember, these are tentative dates. We're essentially, what's going on right now, the next 3 months, there's going to be different test nets on top of the Cardano blockchain, and they're going to be testing all of the bugs, right? They've actually hired 11 companies to come and test Alonzo, and that's what this Alonzo blue phase is right here, is these 11 companies hired by IOG to build smart contracts of anything you can think of. A smart contract, real basic ones, a loan smart contract, or maybe even a swap, smart contract, where it starts to get much more complicated, but that's the initial stage. And if there are bugs, that come out in that, it can be delayed. Alonzo can be delayed, Goguen can be delayed. And I know that may seem scary for some of you, but it's actually a good thing. You want these issues, these bugs, these problems to arise during these tests, right? Cardano is slow like a turtle, but it seems like we're coming out first in the end anyway, right? So it's important that if we do find bugs, that we just delay it. We just wait. We've already been waiting 4 years for this. What's the issue with waiting another couple months or another few months to make sure that Alonzo is shipped correctly, right? So when I say 90 days, or I guess we're probably at 85 now, it's tentative, right? It's not for sure, but this is what we're looking at. If no issues, no bugs arise, if everything is smooth sailing, then it will happen. And what this reminds me of is Shelly. When Shelly happened last year, I was saying the same thing. If Shelly's delayed, it's okay. I'm happy with it. We've been waiting so long. Please just make sure Shelly's shipped right. For me, for my business, for Cardano, for everything, let's make sure Shelly's shipped right. And they actually went ahead and released it on the date that they said they were going to. And I, as a Stakepool operator, I actually found some bugs in the update, like right before it shipped. And I hadn't known that they were fixed yet. And I was kind of like, are you guys sure you're going to ship? I mean, like, I just found some bugs, but apparently they worked them out and shipped them on that tentative date. And I was like, are you guys sure you're going to ship? And they're like, yeah, we're shipping. And Shelly went great. So even though this date is tentative, there's a possibility that it could be shipped that day, and there's a possibility that it couldn't, right? So when they say 90 days, they're not like, oh, at best case scenario, 90 days. I mean, that is what they're saying, but there is a possibility that does happen, because that is what actually happened with Shelly. There we go. That's the slide I want. So this is the spin up with the core SBO group. They switched on me again. This thing is so long that it's hard to actually go through the different colors.
We move on to white, where we now cast.
So I actually explained. Okay, there we go.
We move on.
Okay, so this is the spin up with the core SBOs, and then the initial Plutus Pioneer group and the Pioneer Task Force. And these are actually people that were selected from the Plutus Pioneers group. They're like the all-stars, the best performers from the Plutus Pioneer group, and they're getting taken into the private Alonzo Blue group to actually, find bugs, and they're actually taken on there with the companies as well, right? So then if we move on to Alonzo White, this is the partners and demo app. So this is somebody like, let's say I'm building, like I'm Sunday Swap. I come to Cardano, I want to build something on Cardano. You reach out to IOG, you're taken to this group of partners and demo apps, and this is just doing network benchmarking, more users, and this is when they start to branch out to more SBOs. So maybe I'll be asked to participate in this test net, and then they're also testing the DB Sync, and DB Sync's what websites like AdaPools and PoolTool uses. DB Sync is very important. Same with, it's essentially the software that blockchain explorers use. And there's more exercises for partners and pioneers, and these are exercises for just essentially testing things out. SBOs had the same thing last year as well. So then the Alonzo Purple, this is the significant step in users. This is where they branch out to everyone, all SBOs, all pioneers, and there's 1,500 pioneers, as I mentioned earlier, and exchanges. And this is the iterate, improve, and optimize phase. And then this is kind of a big public test net anybody can be a part of. They give out the network magic number for everybody else to be a part of. And then after this phase is where the real the real stuff begins, and then we enter the staging and Alonzo mainnet, and it's looking like Alonzo is going to be coming late August, early September, and I'm damn excited. So, okay, what I'm most excited for is the ERC20 converter. Let's scroll to that real quick. We have that at 145. So this right here is a MetaMask wallet. This is the wallet that you use for all of your ERC20 tokens. And he's just connecting his account to the website, and the website is iohk.io. And then look, connect your Cardano wallet. It pulls up Daedalus. He copies an address and he pastes it in there. So all he's using is MetaMask functionality that's built into the browser, connecting it to the ERC20 converter site, and then you'll have to use an ERC20 transaction. You'll have to pay the transaction fee for ERC20, and it converts it to your ADA address. And then SingularityNet actually covers the cost from you receiving these tokens, whereas you have to pay the gas fee. So you get stuck with the expensive one, but you won't have to pay it again. So I thought that was pretty cool. What did you guys think of the summit? I guess it's not the summit. I always think they're summits because of the online summit, the virtual summit, because that's kind of what started, the media coming from IOG. And I know the camera quality sucks today. It's really unfortunate, but my camera is really having some troubles. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I think it's because I left it on. Let me show you what it looks like without it. It's pretty terrible. Yeah, look at this. What is going on here, man? I forgot to turn it off one day, and that's what we got. So it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But the AMA begins. Ask me anything. Any questions you guys have about me, Cardano, cryptocurrency, Bloom, anything, let me know, and we'll get started. What are your overall thoughts on Ergo? I really like Ergo. They're doing great things over there, and they were doing them first. They use extended UTXO, and there's going to be a DEX on Ergo very soon that everyone's talking about, the Ergo DEX. They have like coin mixers. They've just essentially had the ability to write smart contracts and build stuff on top of Ergo for a while, and it takes a lot of Cardano and IOG's great research and puts it into a proof of work blockchain. All of my thoughts are good. I'm very interested in Ergo. I hold some myself, and I would love to learn more. Cardano will be like Amazon, and Ethereum will be like eBay. Bad comparison, but you know what I mean. Interesting thought. Well, that would mean that Ethereum will stay around, and I think it will, but do you think Ethereum will stay around for good? Do you think it'll fill a certain niche? If ADA does everything better than ETH before ETH2, why would ETH devs keep building on something that might work? They won't keep building on ETH, right? It's just they won't. If you look at it from a business perspective, I brought this up the past few times in my videos. It's just you're going to look at it from a cost and efficiency perspective for both you and your users, right? If I issue a token to 1,000 different people and say, hey, this is the Bloom token. Each token that you have, holds a percentage of our company, whatever the utility of that token may be. Well, if a user that I provide that token to wants to sell it, they want to trade it to another wallet, they want to do anything with it, they're going to have to pay a much, much larger fee on Ethereum than they do on Cardano. So from a business perspective, it's going to cost you more money, it's going to be less efficient, and it's going to be less efficient and cost more money for your users. So you're going to choose whatever chain, right, offers security, low fees, and the best experience for your users. And Cardano, after Goguen comes out, will be that chain, right? So I don't think that, over time, there's going to be a bunch of devs left over on ETH. There's still going to be some. There always will be, for due time. But I think that most businesses are just going to choose whatever is most cost effective, right? And as long as Cardano provides the same utility or provides more utility, which it does for many DeFi applications, and also is more cost effective and a better experience for their users, then that's it. That's it for ETH. I found a baby turtle today. I need to get it to a good habitat soon, build it a temporary one. That's really cool, man. A baby turtle. I haven't seen any turtles yet where I'm living out in Florida. Steve Prince says, hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you had a good weekend too, Steve. Smoking In said, love you, Big Pay. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. My only love, Florida, man. I'm sure there's some other great people in Florida. I know a few. I'm very upset about my camera. I love my good camera, but the capture card that I use to connect the camera to the PCs, I think I overheated it, and I'm so upset about it because I have to use this shitty Logitech. It just looks so grainy and ugh. Purple's where the money is at. Hell yeah, man. How much ADA to stake and retire is the goal, do you think? That really depends on, who you are and what you want to do, right? How much money do you need to retire? When you're young, you think that, I can retire off $500,000. But then, as you get older, you can't retire off of that. So that's really relative to the lifestyle that you lead, man. If you can live off $20,000 a year, then go for it, but if you live off 100,000, then you know that you're going to have, how many years do you have left, man? So you're going to need a lot of ADA to stake and retire, brother. I would probably say it depends on where the price goes, man. I can't answer that question. That's financial advice, brother. I don't even know why I read it. Hey, Pay, do you think Sunday Swap, once they launch, will have coins like AGI, Giro, or do you think they'll just be focusing on launching projects? I bet they'll have other coins for sure. Most of these. So Sunday Swap is just something for swapping tokens on Cardano, right? It's, I have some ADA. I would like a little bit of AGI. So then you go to this decentralized platform. You set a certain margin that you're willing to lose. So I'm willing to buy AGI for 10 cents, right? And some guy over here is willing to buy it for 10.1 cents. Well, my error margin is 1%. So, okay, I'm okay with that. So then I lose the 1%. We both sign the contract on our ledgers and it swaps immediately. So it's in Sunday Swap's best interest to have all of the tokens that people provide as liquidity, on their chain, right? So AGI will for sure be on Sunday Swap, just for sure, because AGI is, one of the big, ERC20 tokens that are coming to Cardano. They're one of the big tokens that people care about on Cardano. So for sure, Sunday Swap's going to have it, and so will all of the other swaps. See, I personally think that people are sleeping on AGI. We keep hearing about Sunday Swap. We keep hearing about all these guys. Well, do you guys know that Singularity Net is building a DAO? They're building a lot. They're building a lot, and Ben Gortzel makes me very bullish on what they're building, just because they're so smart and they use AI. I'm going to be posting a video this Friday all on Singularity Net. It's going to be my first video about them, so I hope you guys do enjoy that. Can't view NFTs very well in your ROI. Yeah, it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. You don't think people are going to be leaving ETH? I do, man. If something's more cost effective, then that's that. That's that. But it also has to be decentralized. It has to have all of the good qualities of ETH and be more cost effective and also be just as decentralized as ETH, right? Because that's why, cost effective chains have not done it in the past, Sheepdog says, what was the total ADA supply of 45 billion, an arbitrary amount? Doesn't seem like a random number. Doesn't sound like Charles. What are the thoughts behind that amount? That's a good question, Sheepdog. Charles doesn't obviously pick, arbitrary things. Each release cycle is named after something. Gauguin, Shelley, Voltaire. So why did he pick 45 billion total ADA? So I don't know. I don't know why Charles picked it, but I have an idea, and I've been thinking about this, so it's funny that you brought it up. I think it's because it's a nice number for people buying it, for people purchasing ADA, right? And the low market cap range, think about it. Low market cap range, it's very, ADA is 3 cents, it's 10 cents, it's 15 cents, it's 50 cents. That's nice for somebody buying something versus Bitcoin when Bitcoin at the low range is $100 or $200 or $1,000. So when someone's coming to purchase an ADA, and even in the higher market cap range where we're at now, it's $1, it's $1.50, it's $2. So each token is only $1. Each token is $2. So I think he looked at the market caps. ADA will owe at 100 billion will be 2 something or 3 something, whatever it may be. I think it's 2 something. It'll be $2. Well, that's a nice number for retail investors because a lot of people coming in, they look at Bitcoin and think it's $6,000 or it's $50,000. I can't afford a whole coin ever. But they look at ADA and think, wow, I could have a bunch of these. And that's why I think that he did that the way that he did. Right. And those same people also think like, oh, well, if I buy these ADA at $2, then one day they could be 10,000 or 50,000, just like Bitcoin is, because they don't understand the concept of total supply and market cap. But I think that's why there's no actual evidence or fact behind that. So. Bloom, I'm staking with Bloom. Was going to stake a percentage with Sunday Swap. Got turned off when they were canceled their pool release. What do you think? I've talked extensively on Sunday Swap, man. If you go back to my AMA last week, I talk about them for like 15 to 25. I've talked about them every single AMA since they came out. So if you go back to the one last week and you scroll down to the comment section, there's a timestamp of when I talk about them. And I gave them all my thoughts. I'll probably talk about them again next week, but we're taking a break this week. Michael Weave said, how do you see the partnership with SingularityNet benefit the Cardano network in the long run? Well, first, I mean, the partnership is showing off the ERC20 converter, right? I mean, the partnership is already showing fruits. They're taking, a big project that's widely respected on ETH, and they're showing that you can actually build a bridge from Ethereum to Cardano with the ERC20 converter, and the first ever token will be SingularityNet's token AGIX after the recent hard fork. So I think in the long run, there will be more strategic partnerships between IOG and SingularityNet. And any good project on top of Cardano will benefit Cardano in many ways, right? If they bring users, if they do transactions, it pays to the delegates, right? So just any big projects that's trying to bring value, that's trying to push, research further, I do think will bring value to Cardano, but we're going to keep seeing a partnership between IOG and SingularityNet in the future because they even have offices next to each other now in an African country. I think it's Ethiopia, but just take that with a grain of salt. It might be a different country in Africa. Colin said, big pay, let's get it. Cardano. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming by. Love what you're doing with the community. I staked with Bloom a few days ago. So excited. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you delegating to Bloom. And we're happy to have you. Are you new to Cardano? We've got a lot of new people coming in lately, I've noticed. Are we going to see a way to display NFTs? Yes, Mad Professor. I bet the way that we're going to actually use to display these NFTs, I bet someone is working on it right now as we speak. The guy who builds the project that we all use to display our NFTs, I bet he's looking at a Linux terminal right now with some Plutus up. One ADA to retire. It's priceless. I love that, man. I love that. Harvey said, hey, what's up, Big Pay? How's your day been so far? It's been all right. I slept in until about 9 a.m., which is pretty late for Florida. Here in Florida, that sun just wakes you up. I don't live too far from the beach. I moved somewhere with a low cost of living, so it's not too bad to live near the beach. And when you're near the beach, there's just something about it. The sun just wakes you up at like 6:30 or 7 every morning. It's crazy. So sleeping in until 9 is sleeping in. But I've had a pretty good day so far. I wouldn't complain. I've just been reading about Cardano. I've just been on Twitter, just been researching for a video that I'm doing tomorrow. I'm excited for the summit that's coming. It's the Bitcoin Summit. And there's also a Cardano meetup that's happening Wednesday. So I'm excited to get to see Charles. I'm excited to get to see each and every one of you that are coming to the event, because for me, this is my first time actually being somewhere real, right? I just speak to a camera. I do, when I speak to you guys, there's this disconnect in a way, right? Like I try to educate, I try to provide value, but still there's a disconnect because I'm just speaking to myself or speaking to this microphone in a computer. And I'm really excited for this week because I feel like a lot of the people that I've been speaking to or messaging or, some of the relationships I've built, they're actually going to be a real thing. I'm actually going to be able to shake hands with these people and meet them. Whereas, for the past 2 years, it's just been this, it's just been me talking to a camera. And with COVID and with everything that happened, it was even more so just me talking to a camera. That was just my life, so I feel like this BTC conference and also the Cardano meetup right before is my first time like actually seeing, what I've been working on, it's interesting. I am looking forward to it. How long have you been doing BJJ? Not long, man, probably 6 months. Hitchum said, Bloom, just here to say I'm staking with you because you are the most real and genuine crypto YouTube. Thanks. Cheers. Hey, man, I really appreciate that. You're too kind. You're too kind, man. I'll try my best to stay real and genuine, man. I feel like you can't state that you're real and genuine. It's like an ebb and flow, There are days where you're more real and more genuine, and it's a constant battle. But that's not something that I feel like you can say. Like, I'm real. I'm a real one. It's funny. I haven't done an ad yet, so if you guys do want to support the channel, really just, I figured out the best way to support the channel is just by tuning in and watching, coming to the videos and watching them, showing up every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, clicking the like button, commenting down below. It really does help the channel. And you guys, you do that. You do like, you do comment, and it has really helped my channel, and it's really helped me in the past year. So I wanted to say thank you. But another way you can support the channel is just by delegating to Bloom. We have Bloom through Bloom 6. We were actually the 8th ever block minted on the Cardano blockchain. So we've been here from the beginning and we'll be here till year end. We pay Kickash returns. And if you guys have any questions about Bloom, feel free to ask them now or in the Discord server later on today. And the Discord server is down below. If you guys want to join a Cardano community, where if anyone asks any question about anything, it could be, oh, I need to build a PC, for my stake pool. We'll help you out. Or hey, you get on there, you say, hey, I just set up my stake pool for the first time. We're all excited on there to see people get set up, and we'll help you out with, even simpler questions like how to stake, so feel free to join that server down below. I would really appreciate it. Pay. Oh, it skipped. Sorry, there's a lot of people here today, and I appreciate you guys. So sorry if I miss your questions. Just feel free to post them in again. If I miss them, I will definitely get to them for sure. Pay, I have earned some ADA from a staking in a pool. Should I withdraw those rewards before I stake to Sunday Swap or just leave them in there? Thanks for all that you do. Just leave them in there. When you stake to a pool, you're staking both your payment addresses and your staking addresses. And all of your ADA is in that staking address. So when you delegate to another pool, you take the rewards ADA with you. Snowman said, "Pay where, brother?" I think he's asking where at the BTC. Just message me on Discord, man. The day of, I'll meet up with you. Just message me on Discord. I am bullish on World Mobile, man, for sure. I'd love to live in Florida, specifically the Gulf Coast, and my girlfriend hates the heat. Tell her we got AC here, man. You just got to get a garage. Then you can just be in your AC house, walk outside to your AC car, and that's your life for about 4 months in the summer. And then the rest of the year is perfect weather. Devano says, do you operate the pools yourself? How difficult is it to learn? I remember you mentioned that you do not operate all Bloom pools by yourself. I do operate all the Bloom pools by myself. I am the tech guy at Bloom. I'm also the co-founder of Bloom. We also have my partner, Anthony. And yeah, I learned Linux myself. I learned the YouTube stuff myself. It's difficult. It's difficult. I wouldn't say it's easy to learn, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. It took me a good bit of time. I had a bit of computer experience, a bit of dev experience prior to learning Linux. But I would say it probably, consistently every day for you to be proficient, I would say probably 6 to 12 months of learning something every day for you to really be good at what you're doing, at least be decent. But I'd say you could do it, man. Any upcoming interviews? Yes, I am going to have an interview Wednesday with Empower, and then I'm also been trying to get the interview done with World Mobile. They kind of left me on red. Essentially, we had a podcast scheduled, and then they rescheduled it for the next day. And then when the next day started, I messaged them and said, "Hey, you ready for this podcast?" They respond and say, "Well, we don't like your disclaimer." I'm like, come on, man. I took time. You guys are my slot for the week. So I'm trying to do the Cardano auras every week. Every Wednesday is when I'm going to try to do them. So there will be one coming this Wednesday. But last Wednesday we missed it because they didn't like my disclaimer. And I wasn't willing to remove the never invest more than you're willing to lose disclaimer from World Mobile. I understand that they're working with IOG and they're like a more reputable project. But I can't, pick and choose and say, oh, well, I believe in this project more, so they don't get a disclaimer. That's just not fair to Sunday Swap or, Occam, and I am a little hurt. I'm a little bit traumatized from Occam. I'm scared of bringing people on the podcast because I've heard some shady dealings with Occam, and their response to me on the podcast was a bit shady to me as well, right? So I have to put a disclaimer on my podcast because I'm new to this. Cardano, there wasn't projects, and I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm developing, and maybe my disclaimer was too harsh for Sunday Swap, and maybe I need to dial it back for the next one. And, I'm learning and growing. I'm trying to figure out how to do all this stuff, but I do feel that there has to be a disclaimer on my podcast. That's why that one was missed. So great question, man. I appreciate it. Are you doing your mushroom-related Cardano project? I am. Maybe this jacket is a teaser for something I'm about to release. How much ADA do you need to stake? Only 10, brother. Only 10. Caleb said, bro, nice getting into BJJ. I'm starting a purple belt in Wisconsin. Or you're a purple belt in Wisconsin. I don't know where I got the starting. Congrats on getting into it, dude. Thank you, man. It's hard getting into it. You're pretty beat those first couple days, man. What kind of percentage of return does your pool get? I used to say 5.25%, but over time that rate comes down, so now I'm saying 5%. About 5%. Yeah, all pools on average give you about 5 to 5.5% as long as they're minting their blocks. Bradley said, I am staked, but if I can get a better return, then I will switch. If the pool that you're staking with is getting all of their blocks, then you're not going to earn a much better return over here if we're getting all of our blocks too. I've been following you for a while. Love your content. Bloom 6, baby. I got some ADA in Bloom 6. Cardano will be a game changer for the world. Hell yeah, man. I agree with you. Oh, I do. So Bloom is hiring. I was supposed to mention this today. We're looking for people of all types. We're just looking for talent. We're looking for good people that we can trust, that are willing to work in cryptocurrency, willing to work on Cardano, willing to work in blockchain. We would prefer if you're in Florida, but you don't have to be in Florida. We're looking for people that can do graphic design. They can make thumbnails, graphics, animation, logos. Some marketing, if you know some marketing, we're looking for you as well. We're also looking for tech people. If you're a dev guy, if you're sysadmin, if you're a Plutus pioneer, we need you. Bloom is hiring. So that's what's so crazy, man. It's, you know, Bloom got so much hate for a couple of months because because of you guys, because, you know, you guys supported us, our pools have done well. And it's just crazy that we got so much hate for that when, you know, as soon as, you know, we can, you know, we're going to build up a business and hire people and have all of these people wake up every day to work on the Cardano blockchain. You know, so I feel like there needs to be less hate towards people that, you know, have done well in a certain thing, and more like, hell yeah, dude, you know, what are you building now? You know, and hopefully that changes now with Plutus coming out. There's more people that can build things, and not everyone's just fighting for a stake pool. Hopefully we can kind of push along people that have built cool things. So where do you apply? It does pay an ADA. It does pay an ADA. But where do we apply? Just email me at peyton@bloompool.io or anthony@bloompool.io. Just email us your resume. What's your view on large investors now buying tens of millions of ADA? Seemed inevitable, didn't it? We all knew it was coming. We were just in first. Should have bought more. Snowman says, do you have a position for just a mouth? I'll have to ask Anthony. What is the big picture for Bloom? Cardano, really, you know, all of the same ideologies that Cardano has. You know, we've been looking at something that we can support in Africa, you know, a mission that we can help along in Africa, or maybe even our own mission in Africa to support. But just all of the same ideologies as Cardano, you know, financial freedom, you know, giving people financial education, you know, giving people cryptocurrency education. But right now, because we kind of do that already with my YouTube channel. So Bloom, we really, there's different ways that we can go, right? We can do more with the marketing thing where, you know, we get more people to, you know, make educational content, more people to make videos, more people to, you know, just do this. Or, you know, we could go the tech route where we actually start, you know, helping build the Cardano blockchain. You know, we build a protocol on top of Cardano that adds value, or, you know, we actually just, you know, help, you know, when Cardano is truly decentralized and it's not just IOG working on the code, you know, maybe we could build a dev team to help work on the code, you know. So we're really looking at, you know, avenues to go down, and because we didn't have the resources, whereas now we do, you know, the price has increased. We've been here long enough. We have some more experience. So there's really three main avenues that we're looking at. The first one is, you know, this cryptocurrency education, teaching people about their financial freedom, teaching people about Cardano, teaching people how to stake, all the basic stuff that we've been doing, but we'd like to do that more. We'd like to have more people doing that, not just me. The other avenue was the tech side, right? And the tech side could be, you know, us building a protocol, or us, you know, adding value to the chain by just, you know, helping with the code. And then the third thing that I would like to do is, you know, philanthropy, specifically something with Africa, you know, pushing that mission, you know, helping people in Africa, banking the unbanked, you know, and which is now connecting the unconnected, which is what World Mobile is trying to do, you know. So that's really the bigger picture for Bloom, you know. But we are a new business. You know, we opened up, I would say 9 months ago now. So we're learning, we're developing, and ready to kick ass. I'm excited. Now that I'm in Florida, we can actually set up shop, you know, hire people, have a real business, you know, and actually have some accountability for those people. I don't know how IOG does it. IOG, you know, has all of their employees online, which is insane to me. I don't know how you can really hold people accountable when they're working for you online. I guess you can when they're passionate about Cardano, but yeah, that's our goals, you know, and I'll keep you guys informed and educated as, you know, we progress on these goals. So Gama said, I've made music videos and internet content, got banned from TikTok, had 500K views overnight. I was so scared of that, man. What if YouTube just says, oh, no more for you, pay? Because I rely on YouTube. You know, YouTube is who puts me in front of your face. You know, when you get on your YouTube and there's 10 videos to choose from and I'm one of them, That's YouTube doing that. So like my whole like career, everything I do is based on YouTube. You know, Cardano's had a lot of success from YouTube too. I mean, how did you find me? How did you find Charles? How do you watch the content from IOHK? We all rely on YouTube, and it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. Will Hydra node run on current consensus node, or will it require a higher performance node? That's a good question. I don't really have the answer for you. I think it will be a separate node. But it could easily be the same node. It could easily be the same consensus node, but the same consensus node now requires, you know, more. So, Pay, do you believe there's a correlation between the percentage of staked ADA relative to its price? Supply side economics. If staking goes up to 85%, it could drive price due to scarcity. No, I think it could. Because I don't sell my ADA like, let's say I need some USD, whatever it may be. I want to get into real estate. I want to do whatever. I need some USD. The last thing that I want to sell is my ADA, because my ADA is earning 5% risk-free from staking to Bloom. So why would I sell my ADA when I have a little bit of ERG over here, or when I have a little bit of this, right? So even in my mind, it's doing that. So now imagine as the stake goes up, more and more people learn about staking. I actually went on Meet Kevin, and Meet Kevin's this big finance YouTuber. He's got like 1 million subscribers, and I went on there and I said, Kevin, what do you do with your ADA? I was like, do you stake it? And he didn't even know what staking is. And he's probably got hundreds of thousands of dollars in ADA. He's at least $100,000 in ADA, and he doesn't even know what staking is, right? So I think as the education gets out, that staking number will go up more and will cause the supply side economics, because the same thing I said to Meet Kevin was there is a risk for most percents that you earn. When you have BTC on Celsius and you're earning 5% or 6%, when you have USDC on Celsius and you're earning 8%, 10%, you are taking on a risk. You are saying, you have my money, and in return, you pay me a percent on my money. But I am adopting the risk of you could go belly up and lose my money, or you could be loaning it out to too many people. Whatever the risk may be, the risk is there. Whereas with ADA, it's in your Yoroi wallet, it's in your Daedalus wallet, and you're earning a risk-free 5%. And a risk-free 5% is pretty unheard of, especially for large amounts of capital, you know. What up, Bertram? How you doing, man? What up, Jaden? Jadida? Would it be possible to do part-time? Sure, man. It depends on what your skills are. Just shoot us that email with your resume. Oh, you first saw me on Meet Kevin. That's why I'm here. How many of you guys saw me on Meet Kevin, man? How many of you saw me on there? That's scary, for the love of noise. He says the bots can give you a strike just for certain words in your video title. YouTube did it to me. I fought and got the strike removed. But most times you can't. Just got lucky. You do have to be careful, man. I try to be pretty careful on here. If you guys watch my old videos, I used to not even cuss. I used to not say anything, but now I do cuss. I do cuss. Yeah, I love Meet Kevin, by the way. I do love Meet Kevin. I was so happy to go on there on his podcast. I had to donate to his campaign to get on there, but I was cool with it. You know, it's going to be a complete tax write-off. It's a campaign donation, and I do want to support Kevin. So, Andy Matter says, "Damn, I forgot it was Monday." No worries, man. We're happy to have you here now. Is Florida good for the real estate business? I don't see why it wouldn't be. I would say it is. I mean, if you think about it, there's 0% income tax, and a lot of people are now working from home. So where do you think they're going to move? You know? Bob Bobble says, can you do a vid on Ergo? I will, man. It is crazy how Kevin's running for governor. I do agree. He's a madman. He is a madman. Just imagine if he wins. That'd be the GameStop of elections, literally, man. Literally. That's why I had to support his campaign. Antonio said, if I stake my ADA with Bloom, am I your customer? Yes. Yes. So Bloom is my company. I am the co-founder of Bloom. And when you delegate your ADA to us, the ADA stays yours in your own wallet. We just pay you a percentage, which is 5% a year, on the ADA that you delegate with Bloom. And you get paid that every 5 days after the first 15-day waiting period. And every 5 days, you get paid that ADA, and it's compounding. Nam says, heard about you from Kaizen Sunday Swap. Shout out. Been watching all of your content ever since. Hey, thank you so much, man. And thank you to Kaizen for giving me a shout out. Pei, will you run for president? I will not. That is the last job that I want to do. So the project. You guys want to know more about my project? I'll release some details next week. Later this week or early next week, I'll release another little... I've been working on a big project for probably 6 months now. There are a lot of bugs in Florida. Also, there's one thing. So I've been telling you guys about this YouTube Premium thing. So you guys, if you look down below... I got to use this hand. If you look down below right here, there's a button that says Join. And what it is it's a monthly subscription, and I want to do something really cool with it. So first off, you just support the channel. You get a special emote that says you get the Bloom logo next to your name, and then you also get like a 1 month emote, a 2 month. So the longer you do it, it gives you different logos as like a thank you. But what I want to do with it, and I think this is really cool, you guys may like it too, is I want to give the audience a way to come up and ask longer questions. I want to have a discussion with certain members of the audience, right? So if you guys want to support the channel, then just by clicking that join button and doing either of the tiers, you just support the channel. But if you want to come on and ask me a longer question, you know, have like a discussion, then I'm not going to do that this week. I'm going to do it next week because we don't have enough people yet. I think we have about like 10 people that are current members, and I would like to have at least 15 so we can get a few people to come up. And what I want to do at the end of AMAs, probably the last 15 minutes, is allow people that are in that Bloomies category to come on here and ask, you know, questions with their voice. You know, ask longer Cardano questions to kind of get a more, you know, informed education discussion going. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free. You also get some Bloom logos and some Cardano logos, and I'm going to be adding more logos very shortly. So Bloom logos and chats. So Adam Power says, hey, Pei, I wanted to know if you knew where to get some AGICs. I'm interested in getting some myself. Their project looks interesting. So they actually just did a hard fork. And the hard fork changed the token from AGI to AGIX. And because there was a big hard fork, all of the exchanges, you know, places to get it, like Binance and Qcoin or wherever, they all had to switch to the new token. So they all turned off trading for AGI. So the only way that you can get AGIX right now is you can't. You have to wait until the 2nd of next month to get it on Binance.com. And then, so over the next 2 weeks, I'd say, different exchanges are now going to be listing AGIX now that the hard fork from AGI has actually happened. So. Antonio said, "Can I get to the link to the video with Meet Kevin?" It was a 32-hour live stream. I had to donate to his campaign to actually come on there. So, and I got to write some taxes off. So I was like, "Let's do it, man. I'll donate to your campaign." But it's in the first. I would say it's probably around the 2 hour and 40-minute mark in the 32-hour live stream. If you really want to watch it, go for it. What did you think about Bored Apes? Is that an NFT? I didn't get any, if that's what that is. I think you'd be a better president than the current one, just saying. I don't think that's very hard. I mean, I'm not very political, but I mean, just look at him. Well, hello, Francisco. Welcome to Bloom, Ira. I appreciate it. Can we get some Bloom logos in chat for Ira? Thank you. I appreciate you supporting the channel. One day, I hope, I dream, I aspire, because when you get that, you get a Bloom logo next to your name. I'll show you. See, like it says the Bloom logo next to Big Pay. One day, it'll just be a sea of blooms. One day, it's what I dream, I aspire. Do you think, hey Mark, I can't answer your question, man. It's financial advice. I bought ADA years ago, left it alone, came back, and things have become exciting. Hell yeah, man. Happy to have you back. Things have been very exciting. This is probably Bloom 6, Bob. But this is probably the most exciting time to be an ADA holder ever. You know, this is kind of what we've all been waiting for. I can't believe you pulled a signature Herkimer. You're in a state of abundance. That's so funny, man. That's so funny. I can't believe I pulled one live either. It's like we rigged it. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping them forever. Where can I get some Cardano merch? I want to buy a Cardano t-shirt or hoodie. I have some. We have some merch. Let me send you a link. We have some Cardano stuff there too. I don't really advertise it, but I send it to people when they're curious. So I just sent you a link. That is the link to all of our merch. That's where we got it. I wish I knew about ADA when it was 5 cents. I wish I knew about ADA when it was 2 cents. Do you think World Mobile Token sucks? I don't, Mark. Great question. I like that. Tyler Johnson Productions, man. He said, hey, man, I found you through the Kevin live stream. You make great content. Thank you so much. Since you watched it live, man, what did you think of me coming on the live stream, man? I was so nervous to go on there. I've always looked up to meet Kevin. I always did. So what did you think? Do you think I did good? I was so nervous, man. When he had me in there, so he invited me into this private room. It was like this private Zoom live stream. He takes me in there, and he has a stream over there with like 2,500 people watching, like 3,000 people watching. And then I just see his face. And then he looks over to me. He's like, hey, welcome to the live stream. I'm like, hi. Dude, it was so nerve-wracking. Because I've met Charles. Charles was like he to me was my mentor at a young age, right? So after meeting Charles, there's not too many people left on this earth that can make me that way. Make me like, oh, Ben Gortzel's one of them. I haven't met him yet. And Meet Kevin is another one. So I was so nervous to speak with him. It was bad. Thanks to your videos, I've learned a lot and just joined your pools. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you guys for the support. Really, I should be thanking you guys. Like, I look forward to each and every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do these AMAs. And now I post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the only reason that I can devote so much of my time on this is because of you staking to Bloom. So thank you guys. You don't have to thank me. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get better too. I've been learning more about bit rates and audio. And look, now my video is messed up, right? This mic right here is in 48 kilohertz. We've gone up in the world. I've been trying to learn a lot to improve this content for you guys. I've been looking at doing these on Spotify as well. I'm going to try to set up an RSS feed and upload these to Spotify. I'm also going to start streaming on Twitch. I'm trying to do a lot more, and you'll see the fruits of that very shortly. Interesting idea, Bob Bobble. I'll have to think about that. Yep, it only works in the United States, that link that I sent earlier. Tyler Johnson, in response to me asking him what he thought of my Meet Kevin segment, he said, I learned a lot from your segment, and I could tell that he was picking up new information. That was my goal. My goal was just try to provide some education. And it did seem like he was learning a good bit. And just to teach Meet Kevin anything was pretty awesome. I'm a little north of Miami, Patrick. Hey, thank you, Frank. I really appreciate that. You guys have any more questions before I hop off here for today? We're about 56 minutes in. If you also forgot, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. Usually about an hour in, all the people that forgot to hit the like button, click it, and we get about right over concurrent viewers with likes, and we're almost there. So if you guys forgot, I always forget. I'm like the content creator, so when I'm watching other people's videos, I shouldn't be the asshole that forgets to do it, but I always do. So when the guy that I'm watching reminds me, I'm like, oh shit, he's right. I don't know too much about Harmony One, man. I'll have to look into it. I'm not getting off just yet. We haven't ended it. You guys don't have to leave. I'll take like another question or two and then we'll hop off. I did move. I moved to Florida. What do you think about Ternoa? I have never heard of Ternoa. Secker, can you send that to me on the Discord? Is that like a hardware wallet of sort? Yeah, turn off my camera this time. Thank you so much, Point Relative. I appreciate that. Don't want it to end up like the red one again. Did you see Tech Lead's recent Cardano video? I've been watching Tech Lead for years. I used to want to be a software developer. And Tech Lead was kind of who you watched. You're like, oh, interview. How do I learn how to interview for internships? Tech Lead was who you watched. And it's funny that it's crazy to me that he's coming around and making a video about what I'm into now. And I bet I could teach him a couple things about Cardano. So it's cool. I'll have to watch that video. Win couch. I still don't have a couch. I ordered one, but it's not coming until August. It sucks, man. What's for dinner? Got a roast. Got a roasting. How do I like Florida? I love it, man. I love it so far. It's getting hot. It's getting hot here, though, unfortunately. We might not be entering a bear market, Bradley. It's probably 60-40. And I'm saying no financial advice here, but I'm saying 60 that we still in the bull market, motherfuckers. I think we going up. Cardano's 170 and you want to call this a bear market? What? The value of ADA Toucan has no correlation with anything at the protocol level, right? So you can sell it for more, you can get more value, from each ADA, but at the staking level and at the protocol level, nothing changes when the price goes up, right? The way ADA interacts with the real world obviously changes, but that's it. So. No need for that AC? I like that, man. Why do media not talk about ADA? It's a conspiracy, bro. It's a conspiracy. But, all right, that's it. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, please click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I do these every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to all who have joined the Bloom. Send some bloomies in chat before we head out of here. But I have fun doing these. Video coming Wednesday and Friday. As always, the new upload schedule is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So 3 videos a week consistently. If you don't see one Monday, it's probably going to come, or Wednesday, it's probably going to come Thursday. So see you guys.